And this is a single elimination bracket, so it is win or go home. There is nothing left except what you bring and leave on the pitch. As we get this semifinal match kicked off. Prosper in the blue, Pac Northwest putting on some pressure early here in the orange. Go back and forth here, start things off.
And in my mind, this could almost be a finals of a high school event. You already mentioned how Prosper so well known in the high school scene. I've seen players like Vic as well from Pacific Northwest play incredibly well. Expect this match to be very fast-paced and tons of shots to be put on as well. Already one coming out from Iceborg, which is met well by Pacific Northwest.
Yeah, Prosper going 6-0 through your qualifiers this past week. I would say are your favorites coming into this tournament for July. Pac Northwest didn't do too shabby in their own right, 4-2. You can see a lot of early pressure. But not really converting into shots. Prosper doing a good job of kind of keeping Pacific Northwest out of the corners. And here they come back in the corner attack, looking real quick. Colat with a great touch. Trying to escort it out. Fight at midfield, ball pops straight up. Iceberg gold for it. Won't make contact. It's Vic who's able to steal it away. Still, shots very low here to start things off in our opening 90 seconds. Snapalicious is going to take one. Can't quite get the rebound pass Vic.
Snapalicious had the right idea there. Put the ball in the hands of the defender for a light touch and then beat them with an even harder shot. And almost met between the posts. This one most certainly will. Collat double tap to kick things off.
Oh, God, I love the crossfield play. Just spreading out that defense. Collat not panicking at all, taking their time up on that corner, sets it up beautifully. What a double tap from Pacific Northwest. Team I was calling the underdog coming into this, able to draw first blood, and now right back on that horse, looking for goal number 2.
Yeah, and you can tell Prosper want to fight for this initial goal themselves. They want to be the team that responds quickly to adversity, and they will. Iceborg sets the stage on ice with their opener.
Pop up into the ceiling. There's a little bit of contact there from Pacific Northwest defenders. And Iceborg sees a giant opening. They're able to get that one through. And Prosper are going to be no strangers to the sky. They're good at these aerials. They've got the technical ability to execute these difficult aerial plays. Saw a little bit of it on display there. I expect to see much more tied up as we approach halftime.
Oh, Vic wants to snipe that opposite post and is going to be able to do it. You can tell the vision from Vic here. He's one opening, one lane to the net, and drives it through.
Stays low, too. Defender thought they were going to go up high. And Vic just puts a warm burner right underneath, burrows that thing into the goal. Iceborg up the air, dropping it right in. The Timbo on the line.
Whew. R2 certainly liked that one. Amazing work there. Physicality on the goal line. Giving way to a very strong goal from Iceborg. Again, you put the ball in this player's hands and you're going to make a beauty out of it. Collat really wanting to respond with a second goal from themselves. Vic is a great aerial setup here. Double tap to the top corner. Oh, that's brutal.
Oh, that was nasty. And it's a great setup from Collat. But look at the angle on that double tap. That was nuts. 5 degrees at most, Pyro. That was nuts.
Yeah, and coordinating your car to hit it with the tip of your octane. That shows the brilliance of the game and its mechanics right there. Vic, a player to be feared.
Immense control. And Vic is going to get another look at this with nobody there to block it. And Vic has 2 back-to-back to increase the lead for Pacific Northwest, doubling what Prosper has put up thus far. You know, we were singing Prosper's praises coming into this game 1, and suddenly our underdog is the one standing on top.
And that's 3 for 3 for Vic now. I mean, talk about precision, talk about an idea being executed. A lot of times in these high school leagues, you'll see the ball kicked towards the net, and it's like, okay, we're getting closer to a goal. No, Vic has the algorithm set to the highest efficiency of shot taking to get that goal scored. It's excellent to see that type of execution. Iceberg, good execution on the goal line, though. Making sure that Pac Northwest doesn't find their fifth, at least not then.
Vic's positioning has been so good, though. One of the reasons they have the 4 on the board. And it's been tough for Prosper to find an opening. Some physicality might do it. There's a bump on the goal line, but nobody there to put the ball home. And Pacific Northwest will clear it all the way back down to the other side. All of Prosper's hard work immediately undone, and now they're on the back foot once again.
It's looking stronger and stronger for Pac Northwest as they push forward. Not giving any breathing room right now to Prosper, but that's going to be a deep sigh of relief for them now. Snapalicious has a shot, but it's a slow grounder. That's the type of play that not only helps Pac Northwest defensively, but sets them up on the other side. Flip reset play from Collat is followed up by Vic, and they're still trying to take advantage of this moment. Vic, aerial try, bumps out Mercy. Snapalicious to the net. That's a goal. Third for Prosper.
And what a beaut out of Snapalicious. Mercy with a huge assist through the skies, but beautifully read and received. Snapalicious was in the perfect spot necessary to not only receive that pass, to not only put the ball home, but beat the defense in the process. This one is going to be a nail-biter of the final 30 seconds. I can already see it.
Oh, it might just get even closer here. Snapalicious wanted a lane for his team, but Pac Northwest just collapsing on every play that they can here. Vic gets a try, but it's an Iceberg's lap. A second touch. Sky's almost past Collat. Bounces this off the ceiling. Prosper have to find a way out of this now. 10 seconds on the clock. Here comes Vic. Hit off the corner. Mercy misses. Iceberg finds Snapalicious on the wall side, setting up the double tap of the backboard. Cleared away into no man's land. Pac Northwest hold on for the Game 1 victory.
Oh, and what a save. What a save. Knowing that the double tap was coming. That's exactly what Pacific Northwest needed to do, and that little play it just seems to me to kind of encapsulate the entirety of Game 1. Pacific Northwest, I mean, not leagues above, but still one step ahead of Prosper throughout the entirety of that opening 5 minutes. And not the defying my expectations for what was going to happen here in Game 1.
Yeah, Vic's just popping off.
Yeah.
I mean, 3 for 3 at the start of this game. Prosper did not have the antidote against a player like this, but if that respect hadn't been earned earlier, it certainly is now. That backboard defense definitely going to shape up from Prosper's end. The awareness that, hey, a double tap can happen. Hey, a flip reset from Collat moving up the field is imminent. That may reshape the defense of Prosper to be able to battle against a high-octane offense.
And I'll tell you what, I mean, if you didn't have Vic on your radar before, opening up with a hat trick against one of, if not the toughest team in the country in the high school Rocket League scene, like, that is how you get some respect on your name. And Vic, we see you, my friend. That was an outstanding start. Prosper, woo, coming out with some guns early, though, in Game 2.
Wow. This is all set up here by Iceberg's double tap, and I think Iceberg wanted to score this, but a kick off the crossbar is going to do just enough. What matters is that there's points on the board. What matters is that Prosper had the chops to execute early on in Game 2.
And with the talent on this squad and the level of experience, they're not going to be shook at all. Prosper, not worried about dropping a Game 1. They're coming out here playing their game in Game 2. What was that move? Mercy dances all over the defense for goal number 2.
Have mercy. Come on. Flip reset under 1. An extra dodge past the second. That is flawless execution.
Oh, that was one for the real. Oh, my goodness. All right. Mercy with 2 quick goals to open things up here. Oh, what a pass. And here comes Mercy already looking for the Hattie. You want a Hattie in the first 30 seconds? No. Gets denied. Pacific Northwest, though, certainly looking a little shell-shocked here after this opener. And it's Mercy once again through the skies.
Looks like Prosper are that final boss where you took them out in game 1, and now they're here with level 2. They seem empowered. They seem like they're frustrated, and they're taking out their anger on Pac Northwest. 2 goals in the first 20 seconds. That passing play, what a combination! And it's putting Pac Northwest in a spin cycle.
Oh, just seeing stars. This defense doesn't know where to look. Look at that one-timer. The give and go out of Prosper. Man, you gotta love that passing. Like, that is just the stuff of legends. That is artistic.
And it's selfless. I mean, there's a chance to shoot at the net there, but the mindfulness. And yeah, the beauty of it, it really is art. To see Prosper in the way that they operate on offense. Looks like we're gonna see plenty of it. They got another chance at the goal line. Iceborg taking advantage of a Pac Northwest that is in shambles.
And it was a small opportunity, but more than enough for Iceborg to come through and seize it and turn it into an increased lead here for Prosper. Everybody from the Prosper squad now with a goal to their name here in game number 2. Pacific Northwest with a big old goose egg in the score column is a yet, but still plenty of time on the board. Still lots of Rocket League to play.
Vic's got a chance here to turn the tables. Flip reset pass up to Oscar. Let's go interfered with by Prosper and Iceborg. A pass off the backboard here. Set up for Snapalicious towards the net. It's not quite in. Collat credited with the save. And as it's 95% of the way in, Iceborg's going to get that final 5.
Close only counts. Well, at least you got some good friends there to help you put it home. My goodness, I was holding my breath at that one.
Yeah, well, listen, Pacific Northwest, they're trying to catch a breath here. I mean, this is a flurry of goals to deal with. This could be one for them now off the post. It is going to bounce in. Oscar credited with it. And it's at least going to quell the attacks.
Yeah, perhaps, just a little bit of surface Novocaine. It's numbed slightly, but I mean, there's still a lot more for Pacific Northwest to do if they want to try to completely stop this bleeding and recover. Collat with a nice move, but Iceborg's able to get up and get that ball out. Credited with the save again. Gotta love the tenacity here from the Pac Northwest squad, though. Oscar dropping it back for Collat. Collat with a long-distance shot. A little off the mark, and a demo's going to slow them down a bit, but a good interception from Oscar. Immediately passed right back out. Snapalicious over to Iceborg. Back out. Vic with a touch to the sky. Wants to try to chase it down. Can't get a piece of it. Collat there to back him up. Gets around one challenge. Eyes on the back of the net. Wants a double tap. Finds it. Oh, but it's just wide.
It is, and boy, that would have been an opportunity. A potential Rule 1 situation emerging on the other side of the field. I can't quite see back there, so I'm not sure. I think we do have a 2v2 now. Prosper on offense with just 2 defenders to get past here, but only 2 attackers. Iceborg going to take this shot. It might be free. No, Collat sees their way out, and Prosper could be in trouble if a counterattack ensues from Pac Northwest. Snapalicious beams it down the other field instead. And this is something else. Yeah, they're quick chatting in the channel right now. They're definitely in a Rule 1.
Vic not quite able to receive that pass like they won. It had a bit of an opening. Last Prosper able to punch it all the way back down as our 2v2 continues. Demo onto Snapalicious. Iceborg is able to work it back into the corner, buy some time for that respawn. Good steal. 75 on the clock at each of those seconds tick away at the opportunity, at the chances for Pacific Northwest. Vic out of this quarter, still denied. 2v1 here for Prosper. The flick over the top, bounces off the crossbar. Snapalicious there for the follow through. 6-1 to Prosper.
There it is. I mean, if the time ticking down off the clock wasn't enough of an indication that this game was coming to its end, then that 6th goal is definitely going to be the nail in the coffin. And now the 2 players that were just hanging out beside each other can finally rev those engines again for the final minute. But Pac Northwest, if you're in this situation, it's going to be a Brazil against them now. I mean, this is just absurd. You want some back and forth in this final minute. You want to try to set a stasis in this game. Not allow yourselves to get trampled like this.
You want to get back to some fundamentals, perhaps? You can see there in that last goal that Prosper are starting to get very confident. And so that with that, it becomes unerring when you start getting in the heads of your opponents the way I'm worried Prosper is doing now. This could go downhill quick.
We're downhill, all right. I mean, we're at this point, get the shovels out if you want to dig any further down.
I mean, for the series, not just for this game, right?
Yeah. No, we're definitely in the depths of this game, but that's true. It is all contained in one game, but at what point is it enough of an impact that it starts to affect the other games too?
Stop! They're already dead. No, but this is certainly the kind of blowout that could get into the heads of Pacific Northwest. And it's the way some of these goals have been scored that's starting to worry me. As Mercy is looking to style over Kolak here. Kolak gets just enough of that one. But it's the style in which we're seeing it that I think Prosper might be moving into the heads of Pacific Northwest a bit. It could really cause a massive momentum landslide here for the rest of this semifinals match. The next minute, the next 60 seconds of Game 3 is going to be really telling, Pyro.
Yeah, whether a reset puts us right back in the mix of these two teams, or if the momentum has steamrolled against Pac Northwest. We'll wait and see if we get to that minute. It's double resets for Vic in the meantime as he puts his ball on the ground officially. Prosper will get their first win of this series, pulling things at a 1-1.
And even though, Game 1 was a 1-goal difference, and then an 8-goal difference here in game number 2, I mean, it still doesn't matter. I mean, at the end of the day in the scoreboard, like, if I'm Pac Northwest right now, you're just thinking it's a 1-1. We're just, even drawing board. Let's get back out there and play our game. The fact that it was a 9-1 doesn't affect that scoreboard. Hopefully it doesn't affect their mentality as well.
One can only hope. One can only hope. Yeah, you got to bounce back in this situation, especially if you know you're heading up against one of the toughest teams out here, right?
Yeah.
It's no big surprise. Whoa, this team of Prosper, hey, they're good. They're scoring a lot. It's like, yeah, no, they came into this understanding that it was going to be a tough task ahead of them. So bouncing back is absolutely what we got to expect Pac Northwest to be capable.
And I talk about it so much because I think heart is the most important factor in any competition. It's not your mechanics. I mean, brain for the game, having the physicality is all good. Making that kind of save is spectacular. It is heart, though, that will carry you from a 1-9 loss in Game 2 and being able to bounce back here in Game 3. Do Pac Northwest have it? They've already made one brilliant save, ball bouncing precariously across the line where Snapalicious will put it home. Ooh. Prosper striking an early blow.
Man, there's a whole lot of diving around the goal line there.
Yeah.
And Pac Northwest, they gotta hope to make contact on these touches. It might have been them trying to read the impending shot, but still, reinforcements just never arrived for the follow-up chance. We gotta look here in the goal line. Oscar can't put it on target. Collat next up to the plate. They'll respond quickly.
And that's exactly what they needed. Vic was hoping to do that all solo. I think it ends up being a nice pass off the wall from Collat, or to Collat, rather. Gets it done. Everybody from Pacific Northwest getting involved in that one any way you slice it. It's going to take teamwork. And Pacific Northwest find an answer early. I love it. This is what I wanted to see from this squad. We got a Game 3 here.
Yeah, we certainly do. Mercy, reset. Extra dodge lands into Vic. Oscar finds Ice Sport there on the corner. Snapalicious, high loft, and it's Ice Sport to crash right into Vic. Put him off of the play. Don't let him attack or pounce on that. Mercy with that boost. Critical to get back up to the ball. Keep it in a less dangerous position. There in the corner, very difficult to score from. the ball travels across the width of the field. Once again, into that corner. Collat, reset, pass out to Oscar. Iceborg catches it firmly and takes it away.
Nice move from Collat, too. Waits till the last moment to try to fool the defense, but Prosper, Nene, not fooled. Now, Snapalicious. Drop that all the way back. Iceborg running with no boost. Finds a big one there at the end. Turns back. Screaming back the other direction. Off the midfield line. Mercy is just going to put one home. Snapalicious. Big disruption across the goal line. That was Iceborg, excuse me.
Oh, yeah, it was. And that's called following your shot, right? If you put something up, you want to be there for the backboard read or just be lurking around the net trying to pick up the ball if it's a pass. But there's also just running right through the goal line. That's a great way to follow your shot. Get the defenders out of the way. Prosper finding almost every single scenario that they can score as they are ramping up the scoreline once again, almost again from Iceborg.
They tried that same plan twice in a row. Pacific Northwest able to adapt a little bit. Good dodge. But I agree. I was just thinking the exact same thing when you said it about Prosper. I feel like all of their goals have come from different looks, different approaches, which makes it so difficult to try to predict what they're going to do or what you need to set up for as a defense. And now Prosper have that threat once again. Oh, the line. Oh, playing so close. The bounce up. Snapalicious might have a chance. Ooh, what a save. Somehow Pacific Northwest get that ball out of there.
Yeah, but the trouble's not done. Iceborg off the ceiling with full boost. Carries it just about to the goal line here. They can't get the touch off the backboard. Snapalicious. A couple touches there. Threw his teammate off, actually, so that may be a chance to clear away. Combination effort. Oh. Shot from Collat. Just a miss. It would have tied things up. It would have burned Prosper on one of their mistakes there. And it really could have done a lot for the mental of Pac Northwest, but instead they fall behind. Snapalicious flicks ahead, and we're right back to neutral territory.
I like the Snapalicious.
Yeah, there we go.
That's your new nickname, bud. All right, there you go. And it is our namesake up into the air here. Rebecca's going to find the interception. Pack and Dub just need one more. Collat not going to fight it. There's Mercy easily strips that one away. Playing a little aerial dodge against Oscar. Rotation Pacific Northwest. Kicked out. Nice shot. Snapalicious able to get in front of that one. It was a good read from Pacific Northwest and a good challenge there. Vic is going to grab that boost and fall back. Prosper have three. Screaming towards the goal. Want the double tap. Collat with some good defense up high. Into the corner the ball goes where Oscar's going to come out and touch it away. Combined with Collat, they're able to cross all the way back down into the deep zone of Prosper. Oscar over the top, wild bounce. Good the shot from Vic to tie us up with just a minute to go.
A little bit of discombobulation here for Prosper. That was Iceborg, who looked like they had the read on the backboard pass, but just under it they fell. And listen, this game can be played by pixels, but if you miss it by just that much, it can set up your opponents. Pac Northwest tie up the ball game with a minute remaining as their defense has been so much more resilient this time around.
And what's second reaction from Pac Northwest? Make that read, and here they go, right back on the attack again. I was talking this team needed heart. They have showed us that in spades, Pyro. As this 2-2 scoreline is threatening to get broke. Collat over the top takes two. Both Snapalicious and Not Mercy committing to that. It's a demo to free up some space. Try to allow Iceborg to get out of there. Pacific Northwest want to hold this line. Big miss there from Collat. Not Mercy up front. Vic with the challenge. Ball bouncing across the line. Collat's going to put it back into the outside, but it bounces back towards their own net. Into the corner it rolls, where Not Mercy rises to pick it up. Challenge from Oscar denied. Ball spits out to midfield. 5 seconds. Bounce off the curb to Collat. Goes to right in front of the net. Iceborg will maintain control. The ball looking to drop. No. Prosper boots it all the way back down the other way. Mercy keeps this one alive.
No way. How? How is the ball still alive here? Oh, both teams want it so badly, as if they need a Game 7 victory. Well, it might be that influential as we head into overtime, because this gives one team the lead in a long series.
I felt like those curbs were just extending to keep bouncing that ball back towards our players every time they thought it was going to drop. But it's OT where Vic trying to go up over succeeds. Vic gives Pacific Northwest their second win in a much crucial moment against the Prosper High School squad.
Wow. Coming out of overtime swinging our Pacific Northwest. And as impressive as that overtime fiesta was, I'm almost more impressed with their regulation time effort, Bull Skunk, because think about how long they were down 2-1. But when Prosper went up 2-1, I was thinking, okay, here we go. It's time for that steamroll of Prosper to continue again. We saw that 9-1 scoreline in game number 2, but no, they held true. Got that extra goal and then forced to overtime. Resilience is what I saw there out of Pac Northwest.
Oh, big old heart. I mean, just giant, cannot be defeated kind of heart. You love to see it. I mean, that's what it's going to take to win this July tournament for Youth Winter Circle, is that kind of heart, and that's exactly the championship spirit we were seeing out of Pacific Northwest there in Game 3. But, I mean, this is a long and arduous road. This one, I mean, I could see this one going the absolute distance, Byron.
I wanted to. Each game is so good. Even when one team is winning 9-1, it's still a pretty impressive and fun effort to witness. So let's get into it. Game number 4. Will this seesaw effort continue? Will Prosper bring this back to an even series line, or have Pac Northwest figured out this top team?
And in case you are just joining us here, a reminder, this is a best of 7. Between these two squads in this semifinal match, in this single elimination bracket. It's win or go home. Winner will move on to the finals. Loser will be watching from afar. Pacific Northwest looking to move up to match point here as they're protecting in front of their own end. Are we getting another Rule 1? Nope. Snapalicious looks to broke that one at the last second.
I'm fine with that. The 2v2 was pretty wild.
We got another tournament for that, Pyro. We've got 2v2s.
That's right, yeah. This is the professional high school scene here. We don't need no 2v2. I'm happy to cast another 2v2 tournament if that ever comes up. Me and you, Bull Skunk, what do you say? We'll get in.
Oh, I'm totally down. I believe we have 2v2s here in Youth Winter Circle. Not this week, but let's get back into 3v3 because we've got some exciting stuff going on. Look at this setup here from Oscar to Colat. The spin around from Colat to find that angle. Brilliant stuff.
And I think it's so smart what Pac Northwest are doing, right? The first touch isn't necessarily, okay, let me put this on target. Let me put this in the net. No, it's let me set up my second man for success. That backboard touch puts it out of the way of anyone from Prosper to contend against, but puts it in perfect position for the second player to score.
That's exactly what you have to do against this top-tier defense like Prosper. Good defense, speaking of, here from Pacific Northwest. A nice Snapalicious look. Colat keeping in check with Mercy. Mercy goes to the sky, gets over both. What an explosive move. Oscar able to block that one, but Prosper still threatening a dangerous spot. Finally able to get the clear. Prosper rotating back on the defense. Vic is just going to hold. See if they can protect this midfield against a dangerous Prosper squad as they move back into the orange half. Indeed, Pacific Northwest doing a good job of holding this midfield line.
And even pushing further than that too, right? I mean, they've had this possession and their chances are looking dangerous as ever. Especially when Mercy has the ball. I feel like that's the big sleeper pick for this series. That air dribble that seemed to just glue to the tip of their Fennec. Looks so tremendously dangerous. Speaking of which, out off the backboard. Oscar wants to do the same here and might just on the goal line here. The ball's not in! Can Iceberg find a way out? There it is. Mercy gets the final push and somehow Prosper survive.
Unbelievable. And now Mercy coming back the other direction. Looking for Snapalicious. Oscar's able to read that one. Sticks with it. Iceberg with the pass off the wall. One Snapalicious in the middle. Pacific Northwest not fooled. Vic gets beat by Iceberg, but the clear eventually comes through, and Pacific Northwest still wondering how they are not up 2-0.
Come on, Snap. Oh, not enough boost to carry out.
Oh,
but enough to draw the defenders. Coming in hot as Iceborne.
Yeah, I believe Snap pulls 2 off of that play. At least froze Vic in place. And then pulled another. So, I mean, yeah, great move. Great follow-up. Snap is there. And another incredibly tight game between these two squads. Prosper to tie us up. Here comes Mercy with the pass up top. Cole gets in the way and just disrupts that one. Big contact from Vic. Oscar going the other direction.
Collat hoping to take it towards their team's direction, which ends up being a back pass out to Oscar. Unfortunately, he's not going to find him for the shot. Fly right off the ceiling. The Mercy's going to contend against. It's a ping-pong effort between these teams. Trading possession. I think both are fine with it, as long as they don't give up any easy shots or threatening touches to their opponent, as we're tied up, coming down to those final moments of the game. Snapalicious. Oh, patient as ever on the backboard. Wants to bring Collat in, and look what it did. It pulled the momentum of the ball out of the half from the opposite corner. Mercy, long clear, and with a minute left, there's no clear indication of who's taking this.
Great challenge, but clear is there. Mercy kicks it all the way back over Vic's head into the corner for Snapalicious. The pass out to the middle, the shot on the near post is good! Iceborne finds the game-leading goal with a mere 45 seconds to go.
There's something about this shot from Iceborne that is just crisp. I mean, you have that goalie sitting middle of the goal, hoping, praying that they'll be able to get to the ball. He puts it right next, squeezes it towards that post, where it's just out of reach. The lead's here for Prosper. They could tie the series up if they hold on.
Back foot, no less. Look at that shot! Holy cow! Oh no, Collat just ripped this one away once again.
It's like I was asking them to hold on to a drip of water in the hot desert sun. It's just not gonna happen. It's gonna evaporate from your hand no matter how hard you try to grasp. 2-2, half a minute remaining. Anyone's ball game for the taking.
And some early contact from Vic. Will eventually get demoed, but bought a lot of space. Good touch from Collat. Jimmy from Oscar off the outside. Collat's not able to get to it though. Iceborne, the kick out. Oscar with a good intercept, and it bounces right back into the hands of Prosper. Prosper trying to play the long ball, and they've given it away here in the final seconds of Game 4, at least of regulation. We saw some extended 0-second time. Carry from Not Mercy, over 1, over 2! Not Mercy with a 0-second goal! Prosper win Game 4 and tie up the series.
And recognize where on the car Mercy is dribbling this ball. First of all, it's on the front half of the Fennec, so it's going to pull that momentum towards the goal even faster. Second of all, it's in perfect position for a 45-degree flick. Barely tilts their Fennec the other way and gets a ton of momentum on the shot that Pac Northwest could not follow up on. So smart, so effective was Mercy on that 0-second play, Bull Skunk. And that's what I was saying. That player was my sleeper pick from everything I was seeing from them. Pulls Prosper into a win.
Oh my goodness. And, well, it's not just the Iceborne who is cold and frozen inside. I mean, Mercy, that was clutch. That was amazing read. And to do all of that at 0 seconds with your team down in the semifinals, like, just unbelievable. Unreal. And, well, I'm more convinced than ever this series is going the distance.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah.
I wanted to. I'm still in the back of my mind. I fear that Game 2 that happened, Bull Skunk. That one that went off the rails. A 9-1 victory for Prosper. Obviously, Pacific Northwest have moved on from that, but in my mind, I can't help but think back on it.
And you can't help but wonder if it is still in the back of the minds of Pac Northwest. I mean, it's stuck in your mind for good reason, and could be theirs as well. Have they been able to fully silence that threat. I mean, what a bounce back we had from him in Game 3 to come win that overtime thriller. And it was super close in Game 4. It is anybody's ball game right now. But certainly the standout has been that 9-1 and the explosive Prosper attacking squad. And Mercy, the X Factor, as you call them, the clutch play. Always dangerous. Oh, such a threat. Speaking of threatening, right in front of the net. It's nobody, no one else than not Mercy. There to clear out that ball.
Yeah, they were flopping around a little bit on the goal line there of Prosper, allowing that ball to get so close towards the net. Can't really play too loosely with those plays with Pac Northwest and how hungry they are for the lead in the series once again. Oscar might just find Vic on the other way. Vic, wanted the double tap, but that first touch just too far off the backboard. I love the way that Pac Northwest are trying to execute on these counterattacks, though. They have the capabilities to set those plays up. They're just tough to execute. Got another try here. Couldn't find the bump, though, on the goalie. Mercy other way, misses the ball. Iceport towards the net. Can it bump the defender? No, Oscar evades and escapes with the ball.
That one was looking dangerous. Pac Northwest, the great defenses, Oscar. That evades clutch. Colette now working to end the blue half. He's going to play it out of the corner, leave it for Vic. Takes two of Prosper to get up. It means it could be open here for the shot from Oscar. What a play. Pacific Northwest one step ahead every bit of the way throughout the entirety of that play.
And Vic turned into a missile strike
off
the backboard. Used all their boosts to decimate the final defender. I have never seen such accuracy on the demo play there. In the very second that they needed it. Such an impressive showing, and Vic's gonna do it again. Tries to bump out Snapalicious, but Snapalicious jumps and gets to the ball with their dodge.
There's a bit of hammer of dawn action coming out there. He's deaf from above. Speaking of, Iceport open in the sky, demo in the net, but the ball's going to bounce out wide into the corner where Oscar can at least get a piece of it. Doesn't have enough boost to work with it, though. Vic comes through to finally clear it out. Northwest kind of a slow drive in on this one, staying defensive. Two players back here to greet Iceborg as Prosper moves in. Try to encroach here on some Pacific Northwest territory. Nice move from Mercy. He's able to get under one. Balloff takes an awkward bounce off the near post. Oscar's able to push it back out into the corner, but not far enough to get out of the hands of Oscar. Eventually, Colat with a big clear. Much needed here from Pac Northwest.
And it's so important that Snapalicious got to that ball early on. Pay attention to the third man of Prosper. The counterattacks are what's so dangerous right now for Pac Northwest, how they pass them up and find a leading player to complete the counterattack. But if they have that third man situated, they can cut off that play very early on. And I think Prosper have responded very well against what Pac Northwest are trying to do on these breakaway plays. Here's another, but Vic's not going to find a teammate to get to. Prosper have clamped right down on it, but they do need to turn this around in their favor.
Not Mercy, a bit of a solo effort there. Just kind of abandoned that one to go grab some boost. Appalicious was waiting at midfield for the response. Alongside Iceborg. Prosper keep the ball there. With the demo. Comes Mercy trying to work on the back of it. Everybody getting demoed. It's looking like there's a junkyard heap here for a moment. Iceborg comes out of the spawn to take a look at the upper 90. Vic barely gets up in time. Mercy working off the ceiling. Iceport trading it out. It's going to put it off the backboard. Anybody have the follow-up shot? Snapalicious will take it. Kolak gets in front of the ball, protecting the lead. Now cleared out the other direction. Vic wants the counterattack. It's not on target. Snapalicious sticks with the play. Mercy even finding a demo. Snap now back alongside Mercy. A lot of contact. Ball precarious off the near post. It's Oscar to get it out of there.
What is happening? A goal has to be scored in these 30 seconds. Close chance after close chance. Everybody's sending every resource to every shot at the goal right now. It's going to be a final chance for Prosper here. As this ball put towards Iceborg. Collat Finds a way outside from the corner, but that's a miss there on the top side from Pac Northwest. It's time for Prosper to get this ball towards the net. Snap-alicious!
No way!
Runs across the board. They strike at the very second left when they needed.
No way! And Pacific Northwest just miss on a touch. Mercy is there to capitalize, and holy cow, Mercy does it again. Unreal. We're headed to OT.
And the patience, too. You know, the final 10, 15 seconds to get the right moment to have their day. But will they be able to truly make their day out of it? They need this extra goal, this second one on the board to get the advantage in the series and bring them to match point. Oscar, backboard play, pass out to Collat. He's too far forward, though. It's taken back to the corner, and this offensive play may diffuse now for Pac Northwest as Prosper move their way back up the field. Lots of boost for Snap-alicious as he turns this around, bumps right into Collat, but Pac Northwest strike again, and it's a battle for the midfield now.
Oh, this game has got so physical, and it's getting downright dirty. Snap-alicious up high, doesn't get a solid touch. Collat looking for the double tap. Mercy has to go up and just barely able to push that ball outside. Here comes Vic with it, just doesn't have the boost. Nothing to work with, and Iceborg easily beats them to that one. Still, Prosper feel like they're on the back foot. Pacific Northwest, good rotations, keeping the ball in. Collat wants to look at this goal, but it's lackluster, easily pushed aside by Iceborg. Vic coming in for some contact now. Backing up to midfield. Iceborg, lone player pushing up. Greeted by Collat, and the ball spits out right across the midfield line. Even Stevens here with a $1.20 pass in overtime.
God, with how crisp these players are performing right now, you just know that this overtime goal is going to be a banger, and that could be it! Oh, past midfield! Mercy, the playmaker title, as they yet again find the lane for their teammate to score.
And once again, to Snap-alicious, exactly how they sent us to OT. With a mere handful of seconds remaining, it's exactly how they will put a cap on Game 5 and take a lead in the series. For the first time, Pyro, Prosper have been chasing Pac Northwest throughout the entirety of this best of 7 semifinal series, and finally they have found themselves with a nose in a lead in this race.
Yeah, chase no longer. They can settle into this lead for a few seconds, Bullscup,
yeah,
because
exactly.
every single game has been light speed here as we're getting right underway with Game 6 here. These players, they don't need time to grab some water. They don't need a timeout. No, it's right back to it. Neo Tokyo, Game 6, and match point for Prosper to get to the grand final.
Yep, 5 minutes away. I will say every single game has been a one-goal game. 2 of those go into overtime. Well, except for this one notable game, too. That was a 9-1 blowout. The asterisk, the outliner of this entire series. Now Prosper sit 1 game away. And already a lot of early pressure here out of this undefeated squad.
It's good to see. But we know from so many of these games, though, other than that outlier, especially the last one as it went to overtime, it's just a 1-1 scoreline is unlimited pressure doesn't always mean a goal. Somehow, some way, just as his defense lunged to that save. It even took 2 defenders, but they just get in front of the shots. They find a way to read where the offense wants to calculate their shot. And again, that overtime winner was that bullet of a pass to the shot combination. It's got to be quick. It's got to be efficient if you want to score.
Like Prosper has gotten a little bit more finesse. They're prioritizing hitting all of these boosts as well. It's really cut to the Prosper player. They're screaming towards boosts, trying to just starve out Pac Northwest. A huge, well, a different change in strategy. Not necessarily a huge shift, but definitely a slight change in strategy here from Prosper and showing a different look to start things off. This is 3 players right in front of the net. Vic just strips that one away. Iceborg able to go up and grade and keep this play alive for Prosper, but it's certainly not looking as hopeful as it once was, courtesy of that steal from Vic. Oh, nice shot. Good save for Mercy.
It's good save, but can it turn around into finding a way out with this ball? Iceborg, a big moment there on the goal line where they were right in front of it and could have owned gold. Hold on, they might headhunt for Vic here. No, Vic escapes. Just put it away. Yeah, in those moments, you've got to act with poise. Sometimes that does mean letting the ball drift right past your goal line. That ball almost across. Back Northwest goal line instead. It falls just his way out. Wait, Mercy, great chance here. Flip reset. But he used it into another jump and will, but faces up with Iceborg, their teammate. And now the final defender gone. It's a clear lane for Colette to score.
The physicality emerges once again. And after all this fanciness, it is just good positioning, good timing, and Colette just escorting this ball home. 1-0 to Pacific Northwest.
Oh, I talked about it needing pace, needing precision, efficiency to score. Sometimes it just takes a demo too. Sometimes there's one defender left and they're not on the stage anymore. Then you can just walk that dog straight to the net.
Well, you talked about poise. I mean, that was shown off there in that play. Nothing fancy, just poise.
Oh dear, Oscar does find an outlet. Mercy, ooh, flip right on time. It's cleared away, and Iceborg and Mercy, combination play to keep this whole game alive. Same with this push up field. Iceborg towards the net, Oscar right in front.
Oscar's had some just outstanding saves with some good positioning. I don't know how they found themselves right in the lane of that ball, but alas, they keep Prosper to a 0 score line. Under 2 minutes to go. Mercy waiting in midfield, just pops this one up high, lots to work with. Didn't like what they saw, just bounces it back out into the corner, resting for a teammate. Vic is going to come out to challenge. Clear comes through.
Mercy's going to respond with similar effort there. Side to the other. Oh, Iceborg getting vicious, getting physical again. Yeah, trying to clear the way. Snapalicious just couldn't get that on target. The angle was a little too tight to find. Mercy, a lot of boost here. Pushes it off the backboard, but that's found by Vic. And still, just such a low-scoring affair. Prosper are again gonna have to crawl their way into what could be, again, a 1-second goal that ties things up.
They've done it twice in a row. We've had two goals for Prosper happen in the last 5 seconds the previous 2 games. One is things to overtime, one is a game winner. Over the top here. Whoa! Snapalicious. Able to line themselves with that one. Could have been deadly. Could have been game 7 in the cards. Prosper somehow keep that out. Keep it to a 1-game deficit, 1 goal deficit rather. Touch here into the orange half. No, denied. Pacific Northwest going right back to the net, right back in front of it, as a matter of fact. Mercy with the save. Iceborg with the demo. 20 seconds remain.
Can't believe we're this close to a game 7. Prosper can deny that with a late game goal again. We know what they do in their clutch ways. It's put up high. Colette, maybe a second touch off the sidewall. No, can't read it. 1 defender to beat. Now it's Oscar, but he gets the clear. Iceborg, gotta make a play. Gotta do it now. Off of the ceiling, Snapalicious looks to keep it lofted. Will do so. Mercy up the side. There's Berger. Oh, no, Snapalicious cannot turn on it. I think it was bumped off the play. Pacific Northwest with a single goal will bring us to game 7.
Alas, it is in the cards. It was destiny. It was fate, Pyro. Champions Field was always in our future.
Had to be like this. It did. And I'm glad I've kind of taken the director's show here and changed maps every time. We are definitely, I can assure you, getting a Champions Field for this game 7, and what a series it's been. I mean, what a story as well. The mental resolve from Pacific Northwest to stay alive after a 9-1 defeat in game 2. Prosper only getting their first lead in the series once they won game 5, but now still being battled back to a game 7. It's gonna take the best of these teams to win this series.
5 of these 6 previous games, just a 1-goal difference deciding who takes the dub. 2 overtimes thus far. I mean, what a story. Undefeated Prosper High School. Face off against Pacific Northwest. The underdogs right now looking to score the opening goal here on Champions Field. Unbelievable from Prosper. They'll hold on to that defense. Snappalicious with a decent save there as well, but Pacific Northwest able to keep a handle on this ball for now.
Snappalicious is really racking up these saves. I mean, seriously, he had an incredible save towards the latter stages of Game 6 that kept their lead intact. Those are the tiny little moments in the game that can completely reshape the narrative if Snappalicious isn't so effective on defense. Mercy trying to be just that on offense. That shot does go save Snappalicious. Big play here. Vic lands on it. You're kidding me. Plummets down for the save.
What? What? Yeah, Vic, that was nuts. That was nuts. I don't know how you get that read to fall in front of that ball. When Vic has been such an all-star for this Pacific Northwest squad all day. And what an important save there. Now trying to get towards the other side where Snappalicious is going to scoop it off their own backboard. A little pinch out of the curve, and the ball bounces back towards Prosper's own goal. Not Mercy eventually clearing out. Not a lot to work with here. Iceport pushes him out to the outside. Oscar trying to loop it back in. It's Vic. Over the top ball. Whoa, precocious move. Prosper able to skirt the line, but keep the ball out nevertheless.
It's getting a little scary here for Prosper. They are finding their escape routes becoming tighter and tighter, like Mission Impossible scene where the hallway just barely wide enough to fit through. Another one that they've got to narrowly escape. Mercy last defender. It's a good pop on it. But I think Oscar was keen to their ways. It's Mercy down to Iceborg. Now Snappalicious could fight for this, but at a boost. And opts to go back down to the ground. Pac Northwest do appear to be in the driver's seat, but we know how that can shift in a moment.
Yeah, Prosper looking like they're trying to turn it up here. Snappalicious wanted that shot bad. Northwest just barely able to get in front of it. Mercy right alongside the ball. Leaves it for Snappalicious. Ooh, who also leave that giant boost for Vic to pick up. But the mistake, but with Colette not able to make that touch, it's going to slow down a bit. Pacific Northwest pushing it into the blue half. Mercy scoops it up, able to work past one. Nice touch from Iceport, gets past another. Mercy out collected boost. Iceport just tries to take it in themselves. Vic is able to get in front of it. Colette can't get the clear. Snappalicious with the challenge, keeps the ball in. Buck 40 remains in Game 7 and no one yet to score.
Oh, it's at the midfield and Oscar's a chance for something here. It's going to follow up on the shot as well. And there go the butterflies, the flowers. It's a beautiful explosion and a chance for Pac Northwest to take this series.
Those butterflies might have just been coming out of Mercy's stomach as Prosper has to be getting a little nervous after that one.
Oh. I feel the nerves. I'm not even on the field right
Seriously.
now. Seriously. It's that intense right now. And Prosper, they are going to feel ignited here, activated. In this moment, they have to attack.
You're getting known as one of the best high school Rocket League teams in the country without being able to clutch out a little bit. And who better to clutch than Mr. Mercy?
Ooh, mercy, mercy me, oh my. It's been this player again and again in the clutchest of moments for Prosper. And, I mean, we've been talking about Iceborg and Snappalicious all day long, but Mercy, let the flowers bloom around them and let maybe that goal explosion wait a little longer as they will defend that play from Prosper. Things are tied up once again, a minute remaining. Game 7, it comes down to this.
Serendipitous for this to head to OT. Snappalicious. Touch it into the corner. Iceport with a follow through on the rotation, but Vic is able to stick with it. Vic grabbed that boost as well. Little pitch play. Mercy gets a piece of it. McCoy comes in. Opportunity for the double tap. Goes! And Pacific Northwest retake the lead.
There's just no sitting idly by if you're Prosper. You cannot hope that Pac Northwest will miss their chances, that they won't execute, that they won't take advantage of big plays like that. Collat is there, off of the backboard, puts it through. Prosper forced once again to attack. It's a double tap for Snapalicious to put out the number.
Mercy!
Put the ball in the hands of Mercy, and they'll resurface Prosper to attack once again.
Y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop. I'm gonna need heart medicine after this series. Holy cow. What a roller coaster. 28 seconds to go. Every game, but one's been decided by one single goal. This final Game 7 looking to be no different. It's Prosper with control off the kickoff. 20. Snapalicious bump back. Collat trying to muscle this ball towards the blue half. Succeeds in doing so. Working out of the corner. We've got 5 players waiting on this corner. The ball spits out. Now Mercy gets it in front of it. Pacific Northwest trying to close this out here before we go to OT. Vic bounces it off the ceiling, trying to stick with this ball. Prosper's going to let it roll, and overtime is here.
If your heart's palpitating, just think about how the players are feeling now. It's Game 7 overtime in the semifinals of this Youth Winners Circle Summer Series. It comes down to golden goal situation, sudden death. One player will exceed past the rest as Prosper begin on offense. They begin with a chance here. Snapalicious just peeling right off that play, allowing Iceborg to fill right in across the width of the field. The ball goes to the other corner off the wall side, and Snapalicious a chance to shoot. But Collat doesn't offer the space. Oscar downfield, but they should be able to collect. Snapalicious following this, misses the boost, shot there, missed it. Collat, a 50-50, and it's a battle for the midfield again. Still, one goal will do it here, Bull.
Ball bounces into Pacific Northwest's hands. Mercy gets the touch. Collat's right there for some physical force. Up a little bit of boost. It's not going to be enough. Prosper coming in 3-1, but Vic steals it back. Prosper slamming on the brakes, and Pacific Northwest push all the way back into the wall. Oscar with a couple of touches, but no boost to work with. Can't let Iceborg get out in front of him, so the demo is there. Rotation clean from Pacific Northwest. They're in front of the goal. Mercy with a patient moment, but the ball is stolen away. Now Oscar seeing if they can find something in transition, but this ball is going to slow down, and both of our teams with it. Iceborg up into the skies. Ball off the backboard. It goes out wide. Mercy has to circle back just to get a touch on it. Vic should find this clear, but Iceborg screams across. Keeps the ball in the zone. Snapalicious touch. Drop back to not Mercy. Mercy shot at the upper 90. Saved by Collat.
Ooh, tried to put it top bins, but it was denied. And look at Iceberg as well in these possessions. Just fearless, attacking, double taps, and spattering on the backboard.
What?
And that's going to be the name
what?
on the screen as we complete this series. Iceberg, a beat against Vic, and an absence on the goal line for PNW.
That's how this ends? I am... what? What? That's how this ends? This 7-game overtime thriller, and it's this fluke bounce off the wall that settles it all, that sends Prosper into our grand finals? That's how this ends, Pyro.
I'm right here with you. I feel like you're combating me, man. I was surprised.
No, I'm mad at the script. I am mad at the script. Not mad at anybody. What an incredible series. It was a delight. It was a joy to cast. It was brilliant to watch. The script writers be shamed. I know you are all on strike, but you didn't have to do us like that.
Oh. But they didn't like that again. I mean, think about how we open up the overtime, talking about, hey, if you and I feel the intensity, think about how these players feel right now, too. The nerves at an all-time high, the sweat. I mean, how do you even hold on to the controller's triggers at that point? Any mistake can prove its way to the end of that series, and that's just how it all boiled down. But, I mean, I want to credit Prosper. They're moving on to the finals. Somehow, Bullskunk, that was not the finals. And I want to credit just Prosper, but to all 6 players. I mean, that was probably one of the best matches of Rocket League I have ever casted. Incredible work. You all deserve your flowers.
Yeah, unbelievable. My script's on the floor, my jaw's on the floor, my heart is in my stomach. Everything is all dislodged over here. Insane. We will see Prosper in those grand finals. Those grand finals are just around the corner. Don't go anywhere.